Hey guys, they want to talk to students that are working on their thesis or PhD students that are really struggling with their academic papers. That is a lot of work. You need to go through all the information, all the books, all the journals, and then compose the actual academic paper you're working on. And then in the end, of course, working on citations. And that is such a complex process. And sometimes you just lose interest in the topic that you're working on. But today I want to show you how to use one of our plugins, Aaron Browser right here. You can see that to make your process a little bit smoother and hopefully more efficient. So make sure you install Aaron Browser. If you don't have it, just go to plugin store, type it in, and you can install it in a few simple clicks. Then make sure it's activated. And for example, we're going to write a paper about translation of literature for kids. And we can just easily prompt it, hey, I need help with PhD thesis. It is on translation of kids literature. And once we are done, it's ready to help us a little bit of structure, what we're working with, literature review, theoretical framework, challenges. You can see it covers actually the parts that would be really useful to have in the paper. And for example, I'm really struggling with literature review. So I can ask for the list of literature that would be useful. Could you, for example, provide me with a list literature for this paper? And here we go. Once it's done, again, even this already makes my life easier because sometimes I used to spend days figuring out the structure of my paper, what should go after what, how it's logical to structure the storytelling of the paper. So it's actually clear, conveying my point. Here we can already save a lot of time by looking through the structure that ChatGPT offered us. Here, after our second prompt, we already have a few literature suggestions that we can start with and then go more in details and cover that in our paper, for example. But there is one more hack that I wanted to show you today. Let's start with a new chat. Make sure our Aaron browser is activated. So as I mentioned in the very beginning, usually firstly, you start with the structure, with the literature, then you actually compose the paper together. And after that, you usually citate everything, and that takes a very long time. If you postpone it till that, it's very laborious process. So here, I want to ask our Aaron browser to help us with a citation. I need help with paper. Citation. I misspelled it. We can just easily fix it. And then we are ready to go. First of all, it lists the types of citations that are popular in the English-speaking world. So for example, if you're even not familiar what you're looking for, but usually your school does provide you with this information, you can read the descriptors and go through all the information you need. But usually for topic, for example, that I chose, which is translation of children's literature, we can go with a modern language association. And firstly, we choose that, and then we can go to the piece that we need to use, and we just copy the link, paste, add that to the chat, and that takes just a few seconds and it's ready to go. Because honestly, sometimes it took me forever to find all the citation rules like this, then figure out which one I need, then figure out what goes after what when you actually try to put everything together. And that is actually a real game changer. And I'm sure that a lot of people who are working on the academic paper is going to find it super useful. I really hope it's going to make your life of academic people a little bit easier. And in case you run into any challenges or problems, please feel free to email our support team. The link to the email will be in the description below. In case you think there are other user cases or in case you used it differently, please let us know in the comment section. We're actually looking for feedback. to make everything better and make your experience much smoother. And talk to you later, guys. Have a good one.